Have you ever asked yourself what is happening with my life right now?
Absolutely.
When was
And
the last time?
the last time I asked
Yeah.
that, just over the holidays. What is it? It happens all the time. I think it's a very frequent question we ask ourselves internally all the time.
Yeah. So this season of this podcast and the new name of this podcast is What is Happening with My Life Right Now. And you and I both felt like it was time for not only a different season in the podcast, but a different season in our life personally, and also I think for YGC. So I'm welcoming everyone. Welcome everyone to the show.
Welcome to the crazy train.
Yes, this is our glow up. If you are watching for the first time, we have 5 seasons in the books, over 250 episodes. But this one we wanted to name differently. We obviously wanted to do it differently. And we're going to explain to you why it exists and really what to expect for the next year. And not only are we going to be talking about topics that you and I have kind of touched on in our previous episodes, but really about life, because life is lifing.
Oh,
We're going to
life is
have
lifing.
some amazing guests that have gone through it with us, who are still going through it. And so, why don't we introduce ourselves?
All right. I am Yvette Valdenegro, and I usually say, and so happy to be here. But I am so happy to be here, Gio. This is great. I'm very excited for us.
You have no idea. I am so excited for us. Not only is it the beginning of the year, because we do love a calendar, and we scheduled this last year to do this in studio, but I'm excited because it is our glow up. It's something that we wanted to do. It's on our vision board. We wanted to sit on a couch. We've been streaming. We've been podcast streaming for 5 years.
Oh my God.
Like, let's just pause and talk about that. 5 years, you and I, since COVID.
Unscripted.
Unscripted.
Wow, it was really unscripted
Yes.
during COVID, for
And
sure.
the year before that, before I met you, I had a podcast too. So really 6 years of podcasting. We came out with video podcasting. We were ahead of the game. And now we said, okay, we want to be in studio, do it on a couch, and we'll be Spotify exclusive, which we will be able to see the videos on Spotify. And then we're also going to be on YouTube because that's really the number one place where people watch. But I think it's important for us to just reflect back on the 5 amazing that we've had and that we're here now.
Yay.
Congratulations. Cheers.
Oh, cheers with our water.
We're drinking water today. In other episodes, there may be other things. Okay, so why don't we talk a little...
Secrets.
Yes,
Yeah.
there are trade secrets. But now with our see-through cups, they're going to know what we're drinking. Oh, that's okay. So let's talk about what they're going to hear. And let's just call it season 6, because it is season 6, and what is happening with my life right now. And we are, just so you know, unscripted still. We are not doing edits. And we used to go live, but since we're pre-recording, these will be pushed out. But we're not. You're going to see all the bloopers, the laughing, the snorting, we got to do a retake. And we will be using these cards because we are so off script that if we don't have something to tell us what we need to be saying, we're just going to banter and talk about 20 million things that weren't supposed to be part of the episode.
Okay, and I also do feel like this is the more professional. The trailer sounds like it's already more like, let's just get all the...
Yes.
Kind of like when we wrote our book.
Yes.
Let's just explain who we are, what we do,
Yes.
because you have no idea what you're going to get yourself into.
Yeah, this is like our intro.
Yeah.
Literally. Like if you've never met us, this is a little bit of what you're going to get. So do you want to talk about the first little theme that we're going to do?
The first little thing, expansion and integration.
Yes.
The urgency-driven growth versus alignment-driven growth. Okay, well, first of all, yes, this explains we're so centered around self, time, and money.
Yes.
And mainly the drive behind everything we do, which I think people forget, is that everything starts with us.
Yes.
We can't point fingers. We cannot make excuses. We've got to take that look in the mirror and go, okay, it's me. Wait, this angle, it's me. And from this angle, it's still me. So no matter what we do in life, we've got to really take that inner step and say, what is happening in my life right now and what is happening inside of me, and be responsible for it. So I feel like this podcast is really going to explain all that.
Yes.
And the book also does the same thing as to all the whys are this happening to me right now in this moment, and why do I feel the way that I do?
I love that you mentioned the book, even though we weren't going to, but because that's why we're doing the podcast. But this is kind of like you can watch us, but then you get to put this on your couch and like snuggle with it and then understand why in the season that you're in. So great. Thanks for bringing that.
Hey, you're so welcome.
Okay. I want to talk a little bit about this culture that we've been in. We came from the hustle culture.
Totally.
And we decided to start the business because we didn't want to be in that culture anymore. But now I feel like 5 years later, society is catching up with us. And so we really are going to talk about how that is no longer a thing. Presence, clarity, alignment, authenticity. So if anything, that's kind of like theme 2 of what we're going to be talking about in the podcast. I'm already on the next page because I skipped through that
Let me
quick.
flip your pages. But
Yes.
by the way, note to Gio, please put these in bigger fonts.
Okay.
Like you asked me for the book so Yvette can read them.
Hey, to my team back at home, make sure that we're putting these in bigger fonts. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So, and it feels in the moment that all those things that you just mentioned, being hustle and all the things, the successes, for a moment feels good. Because, right, you're doing really well. It's not sustainable. And eventually, as we've seen, we tank and we have no more energy and nowhere to pull from. And then we're like, now what?
Yeah.
So again, this entire process, this entire podcast is going to be talking about that because especially we live in a really big city, but I really do think this is everywhere. We're taught hustle, 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 and more hustle to get to where you need to go. And that's not a thing.
No. Okay. I love that. And so the other thing is a reflection question that I want everyone to ask themselves right now is, does your life have the capacity to hold who you're becoming? And I think that's a big question. I think a lot of people that maybe we're coaching our community can ask that question and answer it, but other people are going to be like, what are you even talking about? So we really want to make sure that every episode that we do is going to be simple. You're probably going to hear a lot about the things it's been talked about, but we're really going to bring it to you in a simple episode. And then we're going to bring a guest on to really help explain that. Identity change, seasons of life, transitions. Like this is another thing that we coach on. So it's self-time, money, and then seasons of change.
Because life happens.
Because life is lifing.
And you are going to go through seasons.
Yes.
And you can't stop it.
Yes. And so what we want to do is explain that you're not alone, number 1. Everyone's going through this. We're just not talking about it. Well, we're talking about it. 2, you have to be in those seasons. You can't just sweep them under the rug or say, I'm going to get to them. No, when the time comes, it comes. So we're going to talk about all of that. We're going to talk about motherhood, career, partnerships, caregiving, retirement, identity shifts, and loss, and beyond all those rules. So just know, be ready that we're going to hit on all those topics because either Yvette and I have been through them, are going through them, or see our clients in them. And we want to make sure that you guys are seen and you're heard.
I think what I like about each one of these episodes is that it's going to be stories. It's going to be real life examples, but we're also going to give real life tactical like things to do.
Simple.
Yes. Yeah, very simple that someone can listen and say, oh my gosh, that's really not that hard. I can do that.
Yeah. And also that they say, oh, somebody else is going through that. It's not just me. And I think we will be great at normalizing talking more about it. And the reason why we're doing the podcast this way too is so you're more interactive. So if you're watching on Spotify or you're watching on YouTube, we are going to do like behind the scene reels and teasers on social media. We want you to comment. We want you to like, we want you to share, and we want you to repost. So we're going to close up this little trailer episode and want to talk about sponsorships because that's really important for us.
Okay, but before you do that, I also want to explain one thing because they may go, what's going on with you guys?
Oh, yes.
We're doing this every other week.
Yes.
Once it's just going to be us.
Yes, just us.
Us talking. And then the next time during the month, we'll have a guest.
Yes, so 2 episodes a month. That's all we're doing this year. So less is more, but very strategic. And we'll have our guest for up to 3 months. So you'll know what topics and all the things. But I do want to talk about sponsorship because it's important for us. If you do want to sponsor an episode, we are available for you. Since we'll have the topics of the month, if you feel aligned with our topic and you're a female founder, or a female business owner or an entrepreneur, and you're like, this is a podcast that I want to sponsor, anywhere that you're watching or listening, there's a link there to apply. And this episode is sponsored by us. Yay! And we already talked a little bit about our book, What is Happening with Our Life Right Now. That's available on Amazon. And we also have a audio read along. So if you're a Spotify lover or an Audible lover, you can also get your book and you can have us read it to you on the couch. And we just want you to know that we're here for you. We see you, we hear you, and we can't wait for you to really love the new season of What is Happening with My Life Right Now.
And just remember, no matter where you are in life, if you're listening, you're not behind, you're right on time, and you're supposed to be here. And if that question keeps hitting your head, what is going on in my life right now? This is the place to be.
Yes. So we'll see you next time.
Bye.